Hey, hello, this is either the intro or the outro, I don't know. But hey, listen, it is 9 a.m. Currently, it is Kingsday in the whole Netherlands. And, if you want to know what the Kingsday is, like, I'm not going to explain because I don't want to. And also, it's just a lot of info, and I actually don't know. But yeah, listen, Kingsday is just a day where everybody in the Netherlands decides, like, hey, all the trash that we have, like in the attic, we're gonna move that to the city and try to sell it off. And if you are not successful, store it back into the attic again and make a new attempt, like next year. It's just, the whole city turns into like one massive, thrift store, like second-hand market, the car boot sale, like whatever you want to call it. It is actually 9 a.m. I woke up at 6:30 and already walked around like for a couple of hours now, and kind of done. Could make another round, but I feel like this day has already been successful, I think. Found a couple of games and a very odd item that I will show in this video. Not something that I normally pick up, but when I saw it, I knew I had to pick it up. But yeah, you will definitely see what I picked up. And kind of curious what your opinion is about it. But when I look at it, it is kind of nuts. Yeah, so enjoy the video and have a nice day. I am back home again, and also I am quite exhausted. But that is what you get when you wake up on a Saturday after a busy week. Waking up at 6:30 even. But yeah, the plan today was actually very straightforward. Just decided, like, hey, wake up, dress up, and actually move out the door and cycle as soon as possible actually to the city, because I could have woke up like earlier, had my cup of coffee, but then decided, no, let's just cycle straight away to the city and look around and hopefully find some games. And I did find some games, but the flea market with the Kingsday, any flea market for that matter though, especially where I live, like, chances that you actually find something is very slim. Last year though, I was somewhat successful because I found some PlayStation 4 games that I traded in or did not own yet. Also, I found some PlayStation 2 games. I actually had quite a stack of games. I found some cheap Move controllers. Was kind of expecting the same thing, but yeah, my mindset was just like, hey, worst case, you have a healthy walk in the morning, and maybe you find something. And I did find something though today. Something very crazy that I spoke about most likely in the intro. and also found a couple of games that I most likely will trade in at CEX as well. But yeah, briefly my experience for the Kingsday, like the flea market. It's always very fun, but it's also very busy. Like currently it is 12 p.m. and if you go to the city right now, it's just mayhem. It's too busy and you can't actually look around like that much. And I don't like big crowds at all. So yeah, going there earlier is definitely the way to go. But also you want to be there earlier before other people are actually arriving there because yeah, you're not the only one looking around for games. But yeah, man, you don't find anything special. Like you need to be really lucky to actually find something there. Last year, I'm not sure. I think today I arrived a bit earlier than I arrived there like last year. But even today, when I woke up at 6:30, went to the city. I think I arrived there around 7 a.m. ish, maybe a bit before that. Even that felt too late even. Some people were still setting up, but you know, it's the whole city is like a flea market, so there's like even if like not everybody has set up their spot, there's still something there already. But yeah, already people are walking around and browsing and buying things. But yeah, I think even this year I did see a lot of Wii games, some PlayStation 4 games. I was kind of expecting to see some Switch games. Did not see any Switch games at all. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I really expected to see some Switch games. Not mainly due to like the Switch 2 coming out and people maybe considering selling their Switch games, but you know, after many years of a console, you know, people would most likely dump like their games, and now seems kind of like that time. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still Switch, it is still Nintendo. So yeah, I did not see any. And also where I live though, like this part of the Netherlands, yes, may also most likely not the best suitable place to find like those type of games. I think if you go a bit more to the center, like Amsterdam or Utrecht, you are maybe a bit more lucky to find like retro games or stuff like that. But even then, chances are very slim. Also, yeah, besides games, I kept my eye open for like Blu-ray movies, but that is also something that you really don't see. I'm not like a big Blu-ray collector, but I like having the movies that I like to rewatch like on Blu-ray. But yeah, you just see a lot of like DVDs. It's always DVDs and maybe a Blu-ray like here and there. Did see like a couple of them, but just for yeah, just so you kind of know like the amount of Blu-rays that I saw for the day. I walked around a lot for a couple of hours and I have seen maybe 4 to 5 Blu-rays. I was also keeping my eyes open for some box sets for other shows, but yeah, I didn't see anything at all. Anyway, it was very fun. I hope after this I will start to edit it and hopefully I'm able actually to upload this video today. But yeah, let's just get started and talk about the games that I found and actually the item. I'm looking at it and it's still a weird thing. I know why I purchased it, but I don't also. When I look at it, I also think like, yeah, you're an idiot. But yeah, let's just get started and I will show the games that I've picked up over there. And yeah, very happy, you know. Again, at the end of the day, had a healthy walk, woke up early, and yeah, it's Saturday, so I can chill out for a bit. But yeah, let's talk about the games that I picked up over there. And yeah, you know, for the games, when, you know, for flea market, I just try to find like cheap games, and I know that when I look for games, it's not about. I know that it's very unlikely that I will find games that I want to have in my collection. So I'm more looking for things that I might be able to trade in at CEX. That is something that I sometimes do. And when I saw these games, I kind of knew I had to pick them up because it would probably most likely work out a lot with the value and the trading it in for a voucher. Before I continue though, maybe you experience this as well when you go to flea markets. Um, you always see someone walking around and like, yeah, I know you're looking around for games as well. And today was definitely there was just one person that I saw looking around as well for games. And not saying that it is an issue because I'm doing it, but it's always very funny, like, yeah, you're also here for games. And there was this one particular person with a huge trolley with him, and he kept asking for games. And I think they were purchasing a lot of games even. And where I found the other item, and even the games that I purchased here, they were standing beside me. And I'm not sure why they didn't pick these games up. And I will explain why. The first one, it is nothing too crazy though, but yeah, again, I'm looking for games that I trade in and at CEX, so that in the end I have a bit more or like a voucher and can actually purchase a game that I do want to have for my collection. So the first one that I found was actually Minecraft. This is the PlayStation VR edition, but it's just a similar, I want to say it's even the same disc as the regular version, but this is just a newer release. But yeah, it is in a good condition, and it is the Dutch version though, but it does have like the multi-language on the back. But yeah, Minecraft, this one was €5. They had a stack of like multiple PlayStation 4 games, and €5, maybe for like a flea market as today, is a bit on the higher end. But from my memory, I think this one trades in, I want to say for 19 or 18-ish. I do know the total for both games though, the trade-in value, so I will tell that shortly. But yeah, around like 18 or 19, or maybe this is a cheaper one. I'm not sure if I own Minecraft, but what I do know though is that I traded in a lot of like Minecraft games at CEX because Minecraft just gets dumped a lot because I assume most people buy it like a digital version at a sale, and then they have a physical version and they want to trade it in. But yeah, it is in a good condition, but yeah, I will trade this one in for a voucher. And the next one I will trade in for a voucher as well. Because yeah, that is Sonic Frontiers. This might actually be the 18 or 19 value, CX value worth of game. This one was 5. So yeah, in short, I'm tired. In short, I will, if I trade both of these games in SCX, I will get a voucher for 37 or 38. So that's a good deal. So I spend 10, we'll get a voucher for 37. Yeah, that way I will be able to get like a more expensive game, and yeah, that just works out. That's part of the game. But yeah, Sonic Frontier, don't own this one. Also, not like the biggest Sonic fan, so yeah, it's not a matter or a question like if I want to keep it for my own collection or not. It's just something, yeah, that I will trade in. And five each, again, for maybe a flea market, a bit on the expensive side, but knowing the value of knowing the trade-in value, I just knew I had to pick them up. Already knew like Minecraft the value and had an assumption that Sonic Frontiers would be expensive. The weird thing though is when I purchased them and was looking around, they had a very small stack. They even said like, yeah, you are most likely able to sell this one for more even, but they said, yeah, just give me 5. And I was like, yeah, okay. So those are the only 2 games that I found, but yeah, I will trade them in, and happy with that. Can't complain at all. But yeah, the following item though that I found today, Some people were looking at me when I was walking around with this thing, and I'll explain after this why. So yeah. So yeah, the next item. I don't know, man. I think it was a smart decision, but I also kind of feel like an idiot. But yeah, the story though is that I saw a stack of games, and the person that I spoke about before this, that I knew they were looking around for games as well. They were actually a bit sooner there with the games, and yeah, the seller had like a stack of games, and they were €1 each. But it took a while before they made a decision, and I heard them say like, yeah, I want to have these two. And I don't think like most of the games really didn't stand out to me, but I wasn't quite able to see like all the games, so I had a bit of patience and was already like walking around a lot, so it was a small break. But yeah, I just kept like eyeing like the all the other items that the person was selling, and mostly like hardware related, just random trash. And then I looked at the ground and I saw something. And I was like, what is this? By the way, the games that they were selling was like Burnout Takedown, or like a Burnout game for the Xbox, like a couple of Need for Speed games for the Xbox 360, not like Most Wanted, but yeah, €1 each, like good price. But today I didn't want to deal with it, and I know that I could have like traded in those games, but the difference wasn't there. I didn't want to deal with it. But yeah, when I'm looking at this thing, when I was waiting for the other person to leave and actually make their purchase, I was looking around and looked at the ground and saw something lying there, and I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And it seemed like a display thing for Lego, and I wasn't quite sure, and I will just show it. It's stupid. It's really stupid, and it's big. So I purchased this maybe an hour in or so. I'm not quite sure. So I had to drag this along like all the whole time with me. And also that made me feel like an idiot. But also I kind of knew like, this is something special maybe. And it is, it is not even gonna display or show up nicely on there. But it is a display thing for the Lego The Movie 2 with all the figures in there. And when I saw this, I was like, that looks kind of cool. But listen, I am not a Lego expert at all. But it has all the minifigures in there, and it kind of stood out to me with the artwork, and that it's actually the whole display box. Like it is kind of huge. But it even has like the clamps on it, so you can place it like on the shelf. So yeah, this is something that you normally see as a display thingy in the store. But yeah, I saw it and I was thinking, that is interesting to me. Like some alarm bells went off like, hey, you need to pay attention to this. And I did because I purchased it. But I was like, you need to ask like how much this is. And I was kind of expecting the price to be rather high. But when I asked for the price, they said €3. I was like, okay, that sounds way too low. Because to me, I was thinking like a minifigure is most likely way more expensive than just €3. So I was thinking, well, if I buy this, I could remove them and, maybe sell them or just show them on the display, but also saw like the display unit. I was like, oh, maybe I can use it for something. Like, I'm not too sure, like what. And it's very unlikely I will use it for something. But it's just such a fascinating thing. Look at this. And it's so cool. I like it. So I was thinking, €3. I said, like, yeah, sure. And I had some loose money with me, so I purchased it. But the funny thing that actually happened is that at the flea market, there were a couple of vendors that were standing there and to just, Lego vendors. Not like flea market-esque, but just like, hey, these are serious like Lego resellers. Let's just call them resellers. And the first time that I passed one of those stands, I noticed that they started to look at this thing. Because I was carrying this around without a bag or anything like covering it. And they were looking around, or they were clearly looking at this thing and like, okay. And I was like, okay, so this is maybe worth some like money. But yeah, I just kept wandering around, and after picking this one up, I actually found these games. But yeah, after a while, I saw another vendor with Lego, and I was kind of like close by and actually looking at the Lego stuff that they have, and we started to have like a conversation. And I said, like, what do you have there? And he actually gave me some info about this. That, yeah, this is a display unit, but the minifigures are not loose at all. Like, I'm not sure, like, how they are attached, but they said, like, yeah, they are actually glued to something. So it's not the usual minifigures. But yeah, they also said to me that these things are quite expensive. And also, you are not really allowed to own these or sell them or give them away as a store, because they said normally they destroy these things like after them being used. And it actually has like a date on the back and like a product number. I'm not sure if that shows up over there, but I will read it. So it's it is actually the product date is like the 13th of December 2018, and it's Lego production, so it has like some information about showcasing it, and if it's like damaged, you need to remove it. But it's such a weird thing, man. And for €3, this is not something that I'm gonna display. So most likely at some point I will try to sell it off. I will definitely clean it up for a bit. There is just one minor damage that is like around here at the edge, but that is something that you don't see. But yeah, while talking to that vendor, or that person that was selling like a lot of like Lego stuff, they were actually amazed by it. And when I said like, they asked me like, hey, how much did you pay for it? And I said 3, and they were like, oh yeah, they didn't know what they were selling. So I knew it was actually a good deal. Normally I'm not really on the lookout for this, but today, I don't know, it was kind of like a Lego day, because I was looking at some Minecraft Lego sets for rather cheap. But yeah, I didn't want to deal with it. But afterwards, though, after getting home, I kind of knew I had to pick one of those up. Anyway, getting this for 3, it is kind of nuts. It's not gaming related, but Lego, it's just super weird. It is weird. But yeah, after getting back home and at the market even, I checked like eBay for the value of this thing. And the price range is like all over the place. I don't see like a ton of them on eBay. There's only one currently listed on eBay. It's kind of difficult to find even. But I saw one listed on eBay for around like 300 euros. This is not worth 300 euros. But I did see one being sold for around like 200. But that was a listing where they offered like a price, and I am not sure if you actually can see like what the person ended up paying for it. But I also see this one at like a Dutch like online marketplace for around like 60 or 80-ish. So yeah, it is definitely worth more than 3. But yeah, I don't know, man. When I saw it, I just knew, hey, you need to pick this one up because it looks awesome. And worst case, I might remove it, clean it up, and actually check like how these figures are attached. Or at some point, I will just put it up on eBay or find like another like Lego collector that actually wants it. But it's just such a cool and unique find. I just knew when I saw it being like a displayed type of deal for like a store, that it is like most commonly quite rare to actually have those things. Yeah, I was just thinking, I need to pick this up, especially for 3 euros. But yeah, it's cool. I actually do see with some of the figures that like the, for example, it's so different. It is such a big thing. Like with this one, they are holding like a coffee cup and you see some glue. Like, so I think those pieces are like glued together. But yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. I think it's cool. But yeah, that is gonna do it. That's actually the bigger weird pickup. I don't know. I don't know. It seems very silly to pick something like that up, but also I kind of love it. But that is something that I normally won't do at all. But I just knew when I saw it, like, you need to purchase this one. But yeah, just like many other years with the flea market. Final thoughts. You need to be there very early. Even 7 a.m. is too late. And you need to be very quick and lucky, because even like around like 9 a.m. I spoke to someone that had like a couple Blu-rays and one PlayStation 4 games. They said like, yeah, someone actually arrived here like early as well and just bought like almost like everything. And another vendor or another seller was saying like a similar thing. So it's kind of crazy, and you just need to be very lucky. For now though, that is gonna do it. Let me know, would you have picked this up for 3 euros? I think you would, right? It looks cool. Like, I'm not a big The Lego Movie 2 fan, and I'm not gonna display this in my room. But for 3 euros, that's kind of like an impulse buy, right? It's weird. It's cool. Wish it had like a light or something like in it. That would even make it like even cooler. Anyway, so 2 PlayStation 4 games. Yeah, we'll trade them in. Yeah, maybe Minecraft. Maybe I will keep Minecraft. I'm not sure, but yeah, Minecraft. You see that one so often for cheap on the PlayStation 4, and I might already have like a copy. Anyway, I'm gonna edit this movie over this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everything works out with the footage of like the that I made like in the city. It's gonna be a bit messy, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna edit that right now and enjoy the rest of my weekend. Thanks all for watching, and as always, thanks for all the likes and the subscribes in the last couple of weeks. Highly appreciate it. Almost 420 subscribers, lovely number. And yeah, next week, I'm not sure like what is coming up next week. I have a vacation for a week, and I am gonna do my best to finally edit and finish up like a video that I am trying to edit like here and there for the last month or so. Also next month there's the game convention in Tilburg, so that one is coming up. Still need to decide what I'm actually gonna pick up over there, but yeah man, that's gonna do it. Thanks all for watching again, and have a nice day. See you all later. Bye.